Day 35, part 2. So the business, if I didn't put so much pressure on myself that I need to make money, it's been too long, then I wouldn't be so overwhelmed with learning about and implementing some of these business strategies. So I think what is happening is allowing myself to take my time and use everything I've learned over the past few years and my whole life. I've been in business like my whole life since I was little because of my parents. But to do it not from a place of like, I have to do this or I'm not going to survive, or I have to do this so I'm competitive, but just like, this is part of the path of me being able to sustain myself in the way I want and to help more people be free. This is part of the path, And if I can, and what will help me be in that place is to also open to maybe working or whatever opportunity comes my way to be open to it, and so that it's easier to be patient with my own business, and that felt like pretty good. The other thing I realized is I'm already in that place, because I kept thinking, because of my extreme self, okay, if I'm meant to get a job, maybe I'll move, because I have a couple opportunities in a few different cities to do work that would be aligned with what I'm doing now, but I'd be working for someone, and I think I'm antsy, and so at least that makes it exciting. It's like, if I'm going to work for someone, I'm going to move to a new place and, jump in. So I was already thinking okay, if I'm going to give up on my business, I'm just going to grab these opportunities, and what a relief it will be, and I can finally start, I almost just want to completely quit, trying, and just make art and not even think about business anymore, because I'm so tired. But yeah, I realized, nope, that is a pattern, and I am not giving up on my work, and doing it my way. I know I'm meant to work for myself. I know that, and so I don't mind working for someone else for a little while, but I'm not going to give up on, this is not just going to be a hobby. And and I realized I already have an opportunity. I actually have an offer to teach art to kids, just part-time for first part of the summer. And then, if this class goes well, then that will be some income. So it's and I don't really need that much income right now. My basic needs are met. So it's just again, recognizing what I already have. It's this pressure I'm putting on myself is internal. I'm really fine, and the opportunities for cash flow are already there. And even this thing with teaching kids, it's a big deal for me because I do not feel comfortable with kids, and I'm with kids the way I am with dogs. I like certain dogs and kids a lot, but I'm not one of those people that's every dog I'm oh my god, you're so cute. I'm not like that. And so they have to be smart and engaging for me to be into them. But anyway, and I know that's kind of not probably the coolest trait, but I've been told in many different ways that I'm meant to work with kids, actually, that I'm meant to work with adults and their inner child, which makes sense because it's about creativity and that sense of adventure and regaining your innocence, but also directly with kids. So I've been open to opportunities in the past few years, but never really felt completely right. And I think the reason why I'm uncomfortable with kids partly is because I'm still not comfortable with my own inner child. You know, it's I'm getting there, but I that sense of like play and just like inner freedom is it kind of triggers me, I guess, and which is why I think it makes perfect sense that this opportunity is coming right now as I'm like kind of freeing myself. It's like, yeah, it's beautiful. So that's happening. And yeah, and to be patient. I mean, when I really looked at it like long term, like I've been so impatient and like, why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? And time still goes by the same way. You know, it's like, why am I putting that kind of pressure on myself? It's like, just assume it's going to take time. And I guess that's the thing. I'm not used to that. Like, I feel like if anything I've tried to do, I've been successful at, and if not, then I just drop it and do something else. So to learn to stay with something and recognize that, you know, things take time to build and the small failures are just part of the process, is definitely, yep, I guess learning to be mature. And I was reminded, you know, like Herman Melville, he wrote Moby Dick and he died penniless, like so many artists, you know, but yeah, I mean, I don't want that to be like the archetype I'm going after. I think that time of the lonely, starving artist is done. I think that's part of what I'm here for, to shift that idea. But so yeah, it's just a reminder that, you know, like 2 years or 3 years or however long it's been of me feeling like I'm in obscurity is really nothing. It's like a drop in the bucket. And so to stay humble and patient, and that thing about, you know, having inner self-worth, it's like I cannot externalize my value. I really have to stay strong and consistent about recognizing my own worth and the worth of what I'm doing, because yeah, I'm just gonna keep getting disappointed if I look for it out there. And yet at the same time, I'm like really passionate about creating these spaces where people don't feel alone when they're doing this kind of work, because it's not easy, and we need to create like microcosms of, if I want to see a world where people can be unique and individual and stand out and also belong, that's the world I want, then I need to create that at least at the microcosm first. And that includes me, because like I need that to keep going on. I mean, not really. I kind of need it. I mean, that's the thing. It's like if I was alone, that's why it's so strange about once I create something, how I like get hungry, because if I was just alone and I'm just like creating in my bubble, I don't feel hungry. I'm like very satisfied just like with my own insights. But it seems like once I share it, because I think there's a mental shift that happens, it's like, oh, if I get the feeling that it's meant to be shared, then I start to be like, okay, well, like I did it, so shouldn't the world be reacting? I mean, why am I putting it out in the world if no one's going to react? So I guess it's again that middle place of yeah, bringing heaven and earth together. It's easy to have faith and just like kind of forget the world and be in my own world, or it's easy to be completely in the world and conform to it, but to, yep, follow my own beat while not wanting to destroy the rest of the band, which is kind of how I feel sometimes. That's trickier. So yeah, just, it's like learning extra dance moves. Yeah, it's like there's two different types of music playing, and like to learn how to dance in a way that fits both. Yeah.